here's planting day one. Let's go see how she works. You know how the first day of anything goes. You gotta set times, on, off times, get it loaded up, make sure everything works, but by the end of the day today, hopefully we have everything going and we're planting. There's Jordan getting the next field ready to go. This one's Eric's out here. So this will be Dad's next field, but I'm sure we got a lot of dorking around to do on that planter. So he's got time, but it looks like it's working up nice. So last night we worked up this field. If you didn't see the video before, we were out here with the Halo VRT. And fun fact, this field was our first cornfield planted last year, and it's gonna be the first one this year. So it's just a little 34-acre field, kind of on a hill with, well, so it drains really well. So she's normally seems like the first field to go. So we'll go. See the neighbors, he was working across the fence line last night. He's just getting his planter out. Looks like he's doing some digging behind it, which we will be doing very shortly. All right, I'm set up for him. When he gets in here, I'll pull up to the approach. He'll unfold back up to me. We'll get some fertilizer, insecticide, seed on, then we should be ready to go. I got my talc inductor primed, so that'll start putting talc out immediately when we start unloading. So I think I'm ready. What? I gotta eat too, you know, and stay caffeinated. How else do you think I keep up with everyone? Thanks, Gene. Okay, seeds loaded. We didn't go crazy on them, but should have enough for the 150 that'll be ready here between this field and what Jordan's doing right now. Okay, we're gonna get our liquid on. Normally we do this all at once, but for the first time of the season, we're gonna do it controlled. Well, I'm not gonna lie, we've been here for about 2 hours. And I'm also not gonna lie, we forgot to tighten the speed belts, and so that's why we've been here for 2 hours trying to get it to feed and load. And I called Deere and he had us diagnosing, and then he's like, are your speed belts tight? No, I'm an idiot. Brody literally hauled the side-by-side down here.
I had to go help Eric.
He had to help Eric with some stuff on the ProForce, and instead of driving this high cost per mile machine around, we just hauled it.
Right.
All right, we're gonna do some seed depth digging here and see what we find, but so far, man, this is beautiful planting conditions. All right, we've determined us to be at about 2¼ inches deep. I think we've been planting too shallow in the past, or I've been shooting for 2 inches, but then you go back and dig in the summer and it just don't seem like it's deep enough. So we're gonna err on the deeper side of life this spring and get into moisture. Not that we have a lack of that yet, but we're gonna unleash the beast. Let them eat. And then we gotta check on-off times. Well, we got the first 40 acres under our 35 acres under our belt, which was extremely challenging. Just getting the on and offs, they were actually set really good, but I actually like a 15 inch gap for the picker snoot to go along, just so you're not knocking down corn and overfeeding your end row on your corn head. So a lot of digging and getting that adjusted properly, and just learning the machine. We've been on the phone with the mechanic, just kind of asking questions. So that's why you didn't see much of that at all, just because it's been challenging to understand it all. But I feel very confident leaving this field. On-off times are set perfect, and that we know the corn's going in the ground and fertilizer's working. So that's good. That's all good. Well, I don't have good news as far as like continuing progress. I've been driving around in this thing for the last like hour and a half, like trying to find more fields for maybe Eric to spread fertilizer on, or the tillage guys to go to, but we're still just what I would say 2 days away. I don't have any more we can go and work on tomorrow, so I don't know. Maybe it's wind's kind of picking up. Maybe things will progress, but tomorrow is supposed to be really windy, so maybe that'll help. But as of right now, we've kind of been working south of the farm. It's lighter ground, nicer ground, so we kind of ran out of ground down there, and this area just seems to be wetter, heavier ground. So maybe in a couple of days we'll get to be able to work up some more, but we got enough for Dad to plant today and maybe half of tomorrow. I need to get this thing unhooked from the hopper bottom and get it hooked up to the liquid tanker. So Eric, maybe tomorrow, if it isn't too windy, can hopefully spray on 28% and harness I believe we're using this year instead of triple flex. This has not gotten any easier. Woo! Whew, it's time to lose a layer. Getting warm out. Well, I suppose we better get the hand wash up and running here for when the guys want to clean their hands. The reason we didn't have this ready is it got parked back outside and it's been freezing temperatures. So once I do this, this line could potentially freeze and break, but hopefully we're past those nights. Hopefully. Alright, standing here like, why ain't it running? Look over. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? Brody!
I was trying to find my lunchbox, but now I realize where it was at.
You get Randy's digger tire pumped up?
I did.
You didn't ruin it?
No.
Oh, he's been running a digger tire that's low. It's not ruined, it's just low, and he finally called me and said, you got time to run something down to pump a tire?
So I just gave him the air compressor.
You think it's going to deflate?
I don't know.
It's been a month since we've serviced the diggers, at least a month, so
Makes perfect sense.
yeah, it makes sense why it would be low. I suppose it helps to close the valves. Alright, we're going to put this half a tote up here, then that's going to drain down, and we're going to put it into here, which is 150. There might be a little extra. Then I'll put that in the inductor, maybe. Then I'll have that drained, then I can put a brand new tote on the back. Is that the plan? Pressure. Let's twist down some. There we go. God. There we go.
Why's it gotta be so hard? Ready for disaster?
Well, let's hope she don't leak. Shouldn't leak. Never has
Got
leaked.
the valve open?
No, just Okay, this one shouldn't be open, I'll tell you that. Okay, open her up, make sure it don't leak. No leaking. Okay, I'll open this one up. Wow. It's nice to have some product here on the side so that you can drain the tote out completely on the back, put a new one on, and still have product aboard to help make that exchange a little easier and cleaner, efficient, more efficient. All right, we got about 145 in there, about 18 in there, and a brand new tote. So this thing can go to town probably tomorrow, pick up a load of 28%.
Just not tall enough for this thing. Done.
All right, Brody's gonna work on parking stuff away and maybe on the sprayer. The wind picked up, I'm very happy about that. And Dad needs seed and fertilizer, so I'm gonna head down to him and get him all taken care of, hopefully for the end of the night or until he shuts down. I don't foresee us going late tonight just due to, like I said, not more ground ready, so he'll easily get caught up tomorrow. Wow, what convenient timing. It never works out like this. Wow. He's right by the approach when I roll up. That'll work out just perfect. Or if you're from Iowa, I guess you'd call this a driveway. I guess I can see it, but, you know, in Minnesota they're called approaches. Alright, so for the liquid system, this tractor has integrated fertilizer tanks or water tanks or whatever you want to have. So to fill them, it's got its own transfer pump right in there also. So to transfer it to the rear, it needs to be in this position, and then it pumps it into that tank. But to fill it, this has to be open. This, you don't want any fertilizer to go in there, you close that, leave this open, then you can fill from the rear of the planter into those tanks. And then there's a check valve actually. You close that one, you want to fill that up. And there's a check valve that this tank won't run into these tanks. And then you can have all that open while you're out planting. Just got to remember to turn that valve so then you don't have to get out to transfer back. But it's a pretty clean setup actually. Alright, so I got a strike gauge right here. So we're at 550 gallons. We're going for 700 on the tractor. And then he's got about 100 on there. So then he will transfer this on there shortly. But these are just like nice big mixing tanks. So fill them in there, get the insecticide in there, then it can get stirred around on its way back to the planter. And then Duggo, he's failing, remembering how to run her. Are you planning on finishing these two tonight? I hope not. I hope not. Okay. Well, I'll pick you up when you're done and move to the next field. You killed it. I like getting them all worked up. You should have ran this empty. It blows out otherwise. You want to turn that on for me?
Try not to get it on the paint. They're all dusty.
You want to mention to them that they can get these at farmchem.com?
That was in my ear that you mentioned that you can get them at the farm.
And they can get 5% off. Am I talking loud? It's windy. 5% off in the link in the description at Farm Chemie. You can get hand washing station, banjo fittings, anything you want.
Anything you want.
Just use Chet 5 off.
They don't have hamburgers. They don't deliver food, do they?
Hey, I wish. But I might have sat down and had me.
Don't you say it. First day out and I'm already craving a steak.
Hey, Mom said that you gotta...
I know. Don't say it. Don't touch it.
She's even rationing his lunches. Just apples and carrots.
No.
And a couple bolognas, I suppose.
Some jerky. All the protein.
Big bag of chips.
No?
A couple Mellow Yellows. A couple Pepsis.
I've been so busy I haven't had time to do anything. Gotta have my sandwich now.
Are you learning how to run this thing?
I think I'm the master.
Are you falling in love with it?
Well, it's hard not to like it. Give me another 4 days when we're finishing up and then
We're gonna get done in 4 days?
No. No, but that's about when I'll know what I'm doing.
Me too. I'll know how to do all this in 4 days. Oh my gosh, look at me. Not knowing what I'm doing again.
Why ain't that empty and that?
Well, I emptied that too much and I like to distribute the weight. Now I was gravity flowing it back, left them both open and...
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
I'll just keep it on the road.
Sounds good.
I'll call you when I'm done here. When I see the deer crossing the field, that's when I'll call you to tell you come get me.
Okay.
Because they come out right towards evening.
Are you broken?
Oh, I tell ya.
Literally. I never left the field. I'm still sitting here. So, what's happening? The downforce is maxing out and you can't change it and it won't react. We've been on the phone with Kibble. They're working on making a DTAC case or something.
Yeah, after we...
And we planted 5 more acres. And now we're listening to the geese again.
It's an incredible 60-foot plow. When that thing puts all that downforce to the row units, we were pushing, what, 600 pounds, 600 and some pounds per row downforce, because something is not correct. And coincidentally, it happened right after we filled. Everything was working good. So I suppose we got to get the on-the-go fill device. Something that
just so you never stop.
Never stop
I think
once
there's
it works.
something else going on. So they're gonna come out probably in the morning while we work on getting the other planter going
We'll go
in the
get
morning.
the one that
And this
used
is
to
why
work.
we're gonna have 2 planters. We're gonna have 2. So then hopefully one is always working, and then you can just get the same amount done all the time. It just takes 2.
You know, they do make them old, I bet we could redo one of them old 7000s with the finger pickup units on there. I think they made a 24 row. Maybe they only made 12 rows in them.
Oh gosh.
No, they made a 24 row.
Anyways, tractor's working good. It's just that the planter won't
Or the wrong hoodie again.
struggle bus.
And we also, first day. You know
First
the
day.
rule. First
Or
day.
I think I'm gonna name this video First Day Ends in Disaster.
I don't know. First day is living up to its expectation.
Well guys, I guess that's where we're gonna end the day. Gotta wait for Kibble to come out and new day tomorrow, and hopefully that planter works better so we can actually do some farming a little bit more than I suppose we got 150 acres or 100, something like that done, which is much less than I would have liked to see, but you know, it is what it is when stuff don't work. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Next time.
Do they notice how important it is to sign and thumbs up?
Sign.
I've got to go home.
He's in a mental breakdown.
Deteriorated
Just can't even think. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.